Welcome to Celebrity Liar. My name is Andrew Hill Newman, and I am extremely lucky to be standing to the left of your liaison to the lying luminaries, lovely Londoner Louise Rowe.
Wow! Alliteration.
That's as much alliteration as I've got
good
for
to
the
be back.
entire evening. So such a pleasure
in
to
the
have
saddle
you.
as your chat jockey.
Yay, yay. The game we play here on Celebrity Liar is simple. Two celebrities are going to tell you the exact same story as if it happened to them. In truth, it only happened to one of them. It is going to be up to you to decide
Wait for it.
who's the liar.
Did you like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like unison.
Even me, I don't know.
Yeah, it's both. Yeah, and Louise is going to help you out.
Yes, I am. I'm going to be sitting here with my computer, and you can email me and ask questions that I will then relay to our very fantastic guests.
Yeah.
Try and catch them out. Then you can vote at the end.
Yeah, if you want to talk or pass questions on to celebrities, just log into the chat room. And you should make sure you're logged in. And the way you should get logged in...
I am, Andy, don't worry.
Okay. If you are on the front page of theroomlive.com, click on the little white bar under the window that says Chat and View Larger. It'll bring you to a new page which will let you do just that, chat and view larger. The chat room is really easy to log on to. And then that's also the page where you'll vote on who you think the liar is. It's time to get...
You did a very good job of saying what I should have said.
That's
my job, but never mind.
I'm Ricky Redundant. It's because I am so giddy with delight about our celebrity guests this evening that it is truly surreal. My little Rupert Pupkin-like basement fantasy game show has been graced by the presence of two women of extreme distinction. Tonight we have an Oscar winner and a Ms. Magazine Woman of the Year. They are both incredibly talented actresses, directors, and mothers. It's crazy. Most importantly, they both enjoy playing games as much as I do. Please put your hands together for Helen Hunt and Kathy Najimy. Helen and Kathy exchanged their stories before the show. I didn't hear them. I don't know what they are, but they are represented here within the bowl of stories. We also selected at random who's going to go first. Kathy won that draw, so let's get right to it. I'm going to pick the first story from deep within the bowl of stories.
All right, darling.
Good luck, Kathy.
Thank you, honey.
Kathy, we're going to put 2 minutes on the clock, and then you are going to be the first to tell us the story, Sushi.
Oh, this is a great story. This actually, it's one of my favorite stories. I worked at AT&T for about 8 or 9 years in San Diego, where I grew up, and there was a really cute boy there named Kevin Six. It's a real name. Sorry, Kevin, you can sue me later. Anyway, and he worked there too, but he was about 8 or 9 years younger than I was, and very cute. He was a dancer on the side, and a lot of the girls liked him and had a crush on him, and I just thought, oh, he'll always just think I'm the funny friend. Well, the 80s was when sushi sort of came out, and I liked sushi. Remember when sushi hit the boards? And so, but I only liked two kinds. I liked eel, and I liked the little kind of omelette-y egg square on top of it. So I would get those at the mini mall before I'd go into work because, you know, who could afford really a lot of, you bring your own lunch, and sit in the lunchroom and eat. Well, one day I go into the lunchroom and there's Kevin Six, like a mirage, like, ah! And he's eating, no joke, eel sushi and the little omelet sushi. And I sit down, I go, oh my gosh, Kevin, I can't believe it. Those are the only two sushis I love. They're my favorite. And he says, in a smooth voice that made my vagina suck into my body.
The best line ever.
He says,
Not Kevin Pollak.
He says, see? And he says, I know it's your favorite because I got you one too. Oh my God, I'm like glazy, glazy, glazy eyes. And I think, really? He goes, yeah, I've noticed you've had it. And I sit down, and so we're eating it, and I'm trying to be beguiling. And so then he says, listen, I've been wanting to show you something. Can I drive you home? Well, I had my $600 car out in the parking lot, but I said, sure, I don't have a car today. Yeah, I was going to take the bus. And so I got in his car with him, and he drove me to El Cajon, which isn't a great part of San Diego, but he drove me, and he said, this is where I grew up. And there was a big hedge in front of his the house that he grew up in, and he said, I've been thinking about you a lot. And I said, why? And he said, look, and I'm starting to tear up. He said, because I grew up looking at these flowers. I don't know what they were called. They were like red bush flowers. And he said, and they're so beautiful, and they remind me of you. I have to tell the end of the story really quick.
I'm sorry, 2 minutes. It's fantastic, but and well told. I almost believe you.
And then he never talked to me again, but another girl, he took to the same bush. He took another girl to the same bush.
I don't know much, but, you know, that seems highly illegal.
I don't know if cheating is going to influence the vote at all. But
I just had to get it out. It's been like 18 years.
well, Helen, I understand that something very similar may have happened to you, and you know, I will remind you that you get 2 minutes.
Got it. Okay. Oh, God. All right. So the backstory is that I used to eat almost every day at Terra Sushi in Studio City a California roll with smelt egg on the outside. So that's the backstory. So now I'm working on a TV show. I have like a little teeny recurring part on a TV show, and one of the regulars on the show is a very fancy, handsome leading man who's now a big TV star. I'll never say his name. But I'm very aware when he comes in the makeup room and he comes back from lunch and he hands me a little square styrofoam box and it's a California roll with smelt egg on the outside. And I say, that's weird. It's my favorite thing. And he said, I know. I saw you in there 3 years ago ordering that, and so I got it for you. And I should have been creeped out, but instead I was like, really? And so we dated for a minute and went out on a date to Terra Sushi where I ordered the thing. And it was raining, and we got in his car, and he was driving me home, but then he went past my house, like around a curve and up in the hills, where his parents used to live in the house that he grew up, which he thought was very somehow meaningful that he grew up very close to me. And he gets out of the car in the rain and picks a rose from the bushes in front of the house and gives it to me and says, since I'm falling in love with you, I wanted you to have a rose from my family's house where I grew up. And I think, oh, really? And shockingly, this relationship didn't pan out, which I knew because he never called me back. That was my clue that it wasn't going to sail. And so I'm playing racquetball with a girlfriend months later, and I say, you know, I went on a date. She said, I dated him too. And I said, you're kidding. And I said, I really thought he said something about being in love with me. And she said, did he take you to his parents' house and get out of the car and pick the rose? And I was like, what? And I said, yeah.
Wow.
And that is
Well,
why
11
she has an
seconds?
Oscar. That acting right there is why she has an Oscar. Think about it before you vote.
I like this.
I have to begin by saying that I have seen you in Terra Sushi,
Yeah.
so I know that part
Around
wasn't
that
a lie.
period.
Wow. By the way, go ahead and start your voting if you already decided on who you think the liar is. They don't want your vote. They want you to believe them. Whoever gets voted the liar by a majority of you is going to lose this round. So go ahead and vote if you haven't. And if you have any questions, go ahead and pass them on through Louise in the chat room. Louise, do you know who's lying?
I think people are not quite getting it. We've got questions such as, who killed John Kennedy?
Okay, let's start with you.
Maybe about what we're talking about right now. No, okay, Embiggened wants to ask Helen, what kind of car did he drive?
Oh, okay, I think this is really true. I haven't thought about it since then. I really think it was a white Bronco. I really think it was a white Bronco.
Well, now we know
And
who it
meanwhile, I
is.
was like, great. You think I'm cute?
I
really think that's true.
Where was the studio that you're talking about? Where was it?
CBS Radford in Studio City, right across from Terra Sushi.
Nice connection. Very good.
Next.
Octopus Keeper, interesting name, thinks your tears were not real. What can you say about that? You said I'm tearing up.
Oh, that was just a joke. I wasn't really tearing up, but it was a big moment in my life. I didn't have a lot of cute boys pay attention to me at that time.
So it was a big deal.
It was a big deal. He was younger and he was cute and he was a dancer and he was straight. That was different. You know, so it was moving to me at the time. I don't even care that he lied to me. It was a good night.
True.
Lots of people guessing who the guy is, actually.
Really? Who are they guessing?
Alec Baldwin.
I say nothing. Go ahead. I have no expression.
Just Alec. There've been about 3 Alex. So
Really?
maybe you've got some friends watching. I don't know.
TV show would I
Okay, I think the votes are coming through.
All right, let's close it up.
Yeah.
Louise, who does the audience think the liar is?
Really? 100% of you. This has never happened before.
Wow.
Whatever it is, it's
really bad. It's really bad if it's
Are you
100%.
ready?
We both failed miserably.
So, who's the liar? 100% of you, unanimous decision, think that the liar is Kathy.
Wow.
Yes!
I have to say, audience, I agree with you, and that's not a good sign. Will the real liar please raise her hand and let us know?
Go ahead.
It's so much fun! All right. So since Helen was telling the truth and you believed her, she gets 1 point for that round. Had she been lying, she would have gotten 2. But still, she's in the lead 1-0. And you know,
I'm sweating as if I'm lying, just for the record. Sweat is dripping
Now,
down
you
the
said
sides,
the
and I am
audience
flushed.
flipped. If they flipped, how could it have been 100?
I
100%
noticed,
flipped?
Well, I didn't really mean flipped. I meant it went 75 to 100.
it flipped in the same direction.
You wanted to make it seem more exciting.
Why did they not think a cute boy would take me to sushi?
You know, did we lose? What did we lose? Water?
No, do we lose my mic? Can you
Water.
still hear me?
It's all right.
All right, good.
Okay, they're not just playing for honor, though we know how competitive they are, and that's probably more important than the up to $40 million that they could win in the Mega Millions drawing, which is what we give away as prizes. And of course, being celebrities, I'm sure that they both intend to donate a generous yet undisclosed percentage of their potential winnings to very worthy charities. So why don't we find out who you'd like to play for?
I'm going to play for this great charity in San Diego. It's called Being Alive, and it's an AIDS organization that helps people with HIV/AIDS, and it helps with groceries and with medical care, and it also simultaneously works on education and research. Being Alive.
That's a good thing.
Two that I always split anything I win on a Celebrity Liar program, historically always, between Heal the Bay and Surfrider Foundation, which are keeping the oceans clean
Yay.
organizations.
3 good charities. I hope you both win a lot of money so that both of them can be graced by that. And I also hope you win a lot of money because it would be really, really great publicity for the show. So let's reach back within the bowl of stories. Helen, you'll be going first this time.
Sweating whether
for
it's
story
me,
number 2.
real or fake.
It's exciting though, right? Okay. Let's get
gotta
2
tell
minutes
a
on the
short
clock for
story.
Helen and listen to her version of a story that we call Nailed It.
Nailed it. Nailed it. I don't remember. What happens
a
if I
clever
don't
title
remember
that we
which
give
one
to
of
it?
our stories that is? What happens?
Should we throw another keyword
happens
to
Yes. Okay.
nailed? Because it's a pun like nail.
I do feel a little like, she's pretty and her hair's curled, but she's not so smart. Okay. It was my friend Robin's birthday, and we had talked about it for years and finally made a date to have we get a manicure pedicure, we go to Katsuya for lunch, we get a massage, and that night it's game night where we do pretty much this. And so we started the day with the manicure. We get to TLC Nails in my neighborhood, and they answer the phone, TLC. And we have our manicure and pedicure booked at the same time. We both get manicures and pedicures at the same time, which is 4 people, so it's very tight scheduling. And I get there, and there's a woman who's trying to pay, but she can't find her phone, and then she can't find her wallet. And the woman who owns the place is going to do my nails, so she can't help me until this woman pays. And I say, finally, you know what? I'd be so happy to pay for you. How much is it? And she says, well, no, you don't want to. It's $61. And I think, okay, that's a lot. But my whole day is going to be thrown off. So how about I pay, and I'm sure you'll come back and leave me money. So I pay the money. We have our manicures and pedicures. Our day goes fine. And I'm driving home like 3 days later, and I think, I'm going to get the money from the lady. She probably left it. So I open up the envelope, and there's not $60 in there, there's $120 in there, and I think it's going to be something. It's going to be some weird, Helen Hunt took my $60, like I don't want $120, I want $60. And there's a note in there, and it says, thank you so much for helping me out. I've been watching in the last year, I've had a very tough year, and reruns of your show, Mad About You, have helped me through it. Signed, Jamie Grubbs. And I don't know who this is because I don't read anything. And a woman who's sitting there says, Jamie Grubbs is this woman who is the Tiger Woods, is that her name? The Tiger Woods lady? First one who came out is Jamie Grubbs? Have I got the name right? She says, here's her picture. So now I'm in a thing where I owe $60 to the Tiger family.
Wow.
That's it, and I still have the money.
That's $61.
Yeah.
She must have a lot of
$61, I didn't think of that.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Wild. And you told it with 2 seconds to spare, which was
Fantastic.
Pup, teacher's pet. I do. I'm really fast.
great. I'm not saying I believe her. I just said it's an interesting story.
Okay, so it's my daughter Sammy's birthday, and amongst other things, I'm going to take her and her friend Michelle to have a manicure and then to meet another kid at the mall and then for dinner. So we're on a schedule. So we go to my neighborhood nail place, which is right by the Ralphs if you live in Studio City. And we go in, and I'm waiting to check in. I haven't gotten the manicure yet, and there is a woman in front, and I didn't see her. She had on a little felt hat, some kind of hat, and she was talking to them, and I was like, oh, I really want to be sat because we're on a schedule. And she was talking to them, and she said, I am so sorry, I lost my wallet. And they said, what about a credit card? She said, no, you don't understand. My credit card is in my wallet. I don't have any money or anything. So I tapped her on the shoulder because I've lost everything, and I wallet a lot, and people always help me, right? So, and my husband has this joke where people come up to me and say, Kathy, you don't remember me, but thanks for the talk, I got my kids back. Or Kathy, all the time. Plumber, thanks, I was your plumber once. You know, my wife and I are in counseling, everything's fine, and I never remember. So anyway, but you know, you do good, you try to do good things, because people have helped me. So I said, excuse me, ma'am, let me just pay for your manicure, because manicures are about $12. And I said, because I want to get the, I didn't say that, but you know, and she said, okay, and I said, how much? She said, $61. And I thought, did you get a full body wax? Like, what happened? And I said, fine. So, and the ladies at the counter were like, really? And she said, I'll go and get the money and bring it back. I said, fine. So I give the $60, we go in to get our manicures, and the women who worked there literally were looking at me like I was Buddha, because they kept saying, do you know her? And I said, I don't know her, but it's fine, I'm sure we'll get it back, and it's no big deal. So we get the manicures, it's raining outside, the phone rings at the manicure place, and they say she's going to be 5 or 10 more minutes because of the rain. And we're done with our nails. There's a clue right there. Who's got a manicure? Anyway, and so we're done. We're done. Oh God! So she comes back, and I open up the money. It's $120 in cash, and a note that says, "Kathy, you're an amazing woman. I've had a bad year. Thank you so much. Love, Jamie Grubbs." And she's on the cover of People magazine as the mistress.
Wow.
I got to learn to edit.
You got there. Wow. How do they answer the phone?
TLC.
It's a cute detail, whether it's real or not. I don't know. Wow. So.
Ask
Can
me
we do that
questions
for
because
the
I want
rest
to
of our
tell the rest
lives?
of my
Just
story.
once in a while, you'll say, ask me that, and I'll say that.
TLC? Yes, ask me.
She brought the money back the same day?
No, she brought the money back. We went to the mall, did the birthday, and about 3 days later, I'm driving home with Sammy, and I said, Sammy, we never checked to get the $60 back. Sammy goes in, comes back with an envelope, opens it up. There's $120 in there. So now I have Tiger Woods' money. There's $120 in there, 6 $20 bills with the note that says, thank you, you've changed my life, you're lovely.
And did Samia know who Jamie Grubbs was?
For a moment, we both didn't. And then we were like, oh, and we realized.
And have you had any contact with Ms. Grubbs since?
Oh, we're having an affair.
Okay.
No,
How
but
about
thank
you bump into Jamie Grubbs at TLC?
Shockingly, I haven't seen her.
Right.
I didn't even really know who she was when it happened. That's the truth.
And this was a birthday
woman's-
manicure.
For my friend Robin.
Right. Interesting.
Yes,
Louise,
a color
any
called Mademoiselle
questions
on her
from the chat room
Well,
about this
again-
story? I think I know.
Catching on is a little slow tonight. We've got Strathcott says, ooh, and Hera says, oh man, this is crazy. But maybe if we could turn those into that would really help me be able to do my job.
Well, apparently Strathcott is delighted.
I do have a couple.
Sure.
So Lanitak 1 would like to know, what does Jamie Grubbs look like? Go, both of you.
I didn't really get a good look at her face. She was in a little kind of a cap. She just looked like a plain little pretty 20. I didn't really look at her that much, really.
Okay.
And she just turned, she was at the counter and tuned to say thank you, had on a raincoat and left. But, you know, I've seen her in pictures. She's fine looking.
Blonde and pretty and nondescript, not necessarily to me. Like, it didn't make a lasting impression. But
Both
I
of you
remember,
not really
but I'm in
describing-
Brentwood,
No.
so like pretty much everybody's, that's pretty much it.
Blonde. Okay, why was the manicure so expensive for Jamie Grubbs?
Because,
grubby.
is that for me or for her?
Well, we'll go
to
this
both,
way.
Yeah.
please.
I wonder to this day, I think she probably got the extra special deluxe something. I didn't ask her what did you get, but there's also a back room where they wax.
No, that's what a manicure pedicure costs.
60?
Like, yeah,
Not at my
with
place.
a tip.
Not
thought
at
it was
my
like
place.
Brentwood.
Yeah, it's $12. It's like you can get a manicure pedicure for under $25 at
Not in my
place.
neighborhood.
Well, flickety
Yeah, mine's
flick.
20.
No matter how much your manicures cost, go ahead and vote if you haven't yet.
Couple more questions?
Yeah, sure.
Before we get some more? Okay, Strathgod says, what did you do with the extra money? Do you remember?
No, I
Put it in my wallet.
yeah, put it in my wallet, yeah. I still have the letter though.
Oh,
Yeah.
handwritten,
Yes.
of course.
That's a
And
good one to keep.
Yeah,
How
definitely.
Interesting. How tall is Jamie Grubb?
She wasn't tall at all. She was about
Oh.
as tall as me. So I'm 5'6", so she was about.
Okay.
Yeah.
Helen, do you remember?
Average. It all seemed pretty average.
Nondescript.
Forgive me, Jamie Grubbs, whoever you are.
Okay, are we ready?
Yeah,
I
go
can
ahead.
rock and roll.
Let me know if they
Way
agree with me
closer.
because I know.
This is like a good horse race. Don't know till the end. 60% of you think that the liar is Helen.
Oh, you've agreed with me once again, which again might be a bad sign, but I am on a bit of a roll. Helen, they think you're lying. I think you're lying. Please, by raising your hand, will the liar please reveal herself?
I did it.
Why did you think I was lying? What did I do? What did I say? Just something about the sweating and the nerves?
It was in the part where
horrible
you
liar.
skipped to where the payment was there. There was a part.
There was a
that
nervous
felt-
panic to get to
there
that
was-
part?
There felt like
Sure.
there's some. Here's the exciting news: we've got a tie game. It's 1-1.
Lightning
That's
round,
good.
lightning
Which
round.
means
That's
it's
good.
time for the
my
lightning
fave.
round. The lightning
good.
round goes like this. Both Helen and Kathy sent me before the game some supposed facts about themselves. Short things. Some are true, some are false. I have selected 5 of them for each of them and placed them on these cards. Kathy will give first, and then Helen, like lightning, will reply truth
Always.
or lie in response to these 5 items that Kathy will say, and she'll get 1 point for each one she guesses correctly.
She's saying things about herself, and
Things
I'm
about
saying if I
herself.
think they're true or false.
True or lie, or
true or lie.
false, yeah,
Okay.
About
either
me,
way.
About
right?
you.
Yes.
Okay.
And please, whenever you're ready.
Oh, I was the only white member of an all-black theater company.
Lie. Lie.
I have to open up my ravioli before I eat it.
That seems true.
I was the 4th runner-up Southern California kite maker and flyer.
True.
I was the 4th runner-up Southern California hula hooper.
Oh, now I want that one to be true and the other to be false. True.
I had to have my swim cap cut off my head with scissors when I was in the 9th grade.
Lie.
All right, let's
Did I
review.
get them all wrong?
No, as a matter of fact, you got some points. Helen said it was false that Kathy was the only white member of an all-black theater company, when in fact that was true.
Rainbow Repertory Company, only white member. We still don't know why.
You also said it was true that she has to open up her ravioli before she eats it, and no.
Why, Helen? Why would I do that?
Your instinct was
Only a
right
creepy person
to
would do
switch
that.
up the kite
Yes.
flying thing, because that one was false, but she was the 4th runner-up Southern California hula hooper.
But not kite flyer.
no.
Me running on the beach.
So, Helen, you got one for that. And
It's the lightning that bothered me. It's the lightning.
you're also correct. It is false that she had to have a swim cap cut off her head with scissors in the 9th grade, because that happened in the 10th grade.
grade.
Yeah.
Why? Can you explain that one?
I made that up, honey. It was a
Oh,
lie.
it wasn't. Fancy.
All right, so Helen, you have pulled ahead. It is 3-1, which means Kathy needs to get 2 of these correct to tie and 3 of them correct to win.
Oh,
No
dear
pressure.
God.
Like lightning, you'll respond true or lie.
Okay.
Like lightning.
Okay.
Ready?
Yeah.
I was once bitten by a rat in the tushy.
False.
My first car was an orange Volkswagen Rabbit.
True.
I was in an after-school special opposite Kevin Bacon in the 80s.
Yes, true.
I have one tiny, very well-hidden tattoo.
False.
I was in a TV movie opposite Kurt Russell in the 90s.
You were a everybody TV movie. True.
Very interesting. She says she was once bitten by a rat in the tushy. You said false. That is indeed false.
Although someone very close to me.
She said her first car was an orange Volkswagen Rabbit. You said true. That is
So
indeed
now we're equal,
true.
right? We're even?
It is
I
tied.
just need one more for the
You're
win?
the winner, you're the big fan.
You need one more.
gonna
You
faint.
said it's true that she was in an after-school special opposite Kevin Bacon. No.
No, it was Kurt Russell.
No. You said it was false that she has a tiny, very well-hidden tattoo, and it is false. It is false that she was opposite Kurt Russell. She made both of those up. But
I could have
Kathy,
done 5 of those.
it's such a very, very close game. 4-3. Our winner this evening
Love it.
is Kathy Najimy. And I got to say it, the closest game we've had.
Yeah. Really?
Despite the 100% vote on the first round. The actual score was as close as it's ever been. So, Helen,
Yes.
you know what? For those 2 worthy charities, I'm going to give you 2 shots
Thank you
at
so
winning
much.
up to $40 million tomorrow night. But, Kathy, you get 5 shots.
Wow.
5 chances to win. And don't lose the ticket this time.
I
because
lost it last time.
might-
I'm a secret millionaire somewhere.
it might actually win. Wow, this was really,
Thank
really
you.
fun. I've been looking forward to this particular matchup since we started doing this. I want to thank Helen and Kathy for coming and playing. I want to thank Louise Rowe for
Thank
doing
you.
the most awesome job in the chat room. I want to thank Robin Rouzan and Michael Davis and Matt Edwards and everybody else in the room who makes this a possibility. By the way, speaking of the room live, if this is the only thing you've seen here, come back, look at the video on demand. They got music, they got cooking, they got authors, they got lots of great comedy. There's a lot of really good stuff going on here at theroomlive.com and us. So, you know, that's reason enough to come back. But please, thank you. Thank you very much for watching. Thank all of you who came here and watched. Thanks and good night.